What is the biggest difference between this new generation of hip hop and past generations?
Past generations, I believe, and I know this probably not gonna be the exact answer, but past generations, I believe that the ones that knew they wasn't talented didn't even try to be talented. This generation,
I walk with my head to the sky. I'm the king of the jungle. Bow in the presence of royalty. I'm walking amongst you. This is my home. Don't you see the throne? Got my crown on. Royal crown, Mr. Crown Royal in the double cup. You can see the phone. I walk with my head to the sky. I'm the king of the jungle. Bow in the presence of royalty. I'm walking amongst you. This is my home. Don't you see the throne? Got my crown on. Royal crown, Mr. Crown Royal in the double cup. You can see the phone. I'm finally here, right where I belong. Been a long path, been a long road.
Yo, it's your man VCITY1153. We at the STU. This is episode 7. Y'all know what it is, man. If y'all don't know, it's your man KANGOO KIDD.
what's happening?
You heard me?
What's happening?
Dilla. What's up with you, Killer?
Man, same old, man. I mean, feeling real privileged to be on your show.
Man, privilege, man. I mean,
real.
you got it popping out here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
I like what you're doing from Texas, man. From Chicago to Texas. You already know what it is.
Shoot, we done been everywhere,
right?
Look, Oklahoma first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I did the CDL thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Went down to Texas with that, and then came to Tennessee. It put me a lot closer.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
more available for more things.
Yeah. But let's formally introduce my man. So first of all, let's set it straight right now. Man, me and KANGOO, we go way back. Part of the same hip hop crew growing up in Chicago in the 90s. It's real like that, man. KANGOO ain't new to this. He grew to this. And like I said, man, I've been waiting on him to come on the show. I'm so happy for him to be here. So let's formally introduce KANGOO, man. So we need the name. We already got that, but we need you to tell us the name, where you from, what got you started, what got you started in this rap shit.
That's gonna be cold.
I know.
Real.
I know you go. I know all the stories, but
yeah.
Let everybody know.
Alright, well, you know what I'm saying? I grew up 93rd and Troop, South Side, Brandon Park area, you know what I'm saying? Man, to be honest with you, banging, you know what I'm saying, kind of spoke hip-hop to me, you know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening, you know, we had this kid named Kid. You know, he used to walk down the block and he'd be rapping. And he'd pull out the headphone jack and let us hear the beat all of a sudden and then start jamming. Man, so anyway, you know what I'm saying, that's really what got me into rapping. But however, my name KANGOO Kid. That same dude Kid, he got killed trying to stop gang violence. And that was a heroic story to me. Now I was still in the middle of banging, but my dad had a drawer filled with KANGOOs. And man, every day I kept losing them. But I felt like, you know, we in Chi City, you can't go outside without banging a hat. So I kept on going in the drug, getting another one, you know what I'm saying? And then so my homeboy, man, he like, man, what up, KANGOO? You know, KANGOO Kid? And it felt like it glued to me. So that's where the name come from.
It stuck.
Yeah,
straight up.
It was glue. You know, even though I tried to make it my own so many different ways, you know what I'm saying? The bottom line, old dude that was rapping, you know what I'm saying, that died to gang violence, trying to stop gang violence. And then me wearing the hats, you know what I'm saying?
But isn't that the best way to receive your name?
Yeah.
To receive your name.
You know, like I mean, not to cut you off, but it's kind of oxymoronic though, cause like he tried to stop gang violence, and I'm still gang banging. Like it's like, what the fuck am I doing? So it was like my calling just to get that name out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the point. Like it always seems like. When you receive a name from someone else, or when your name is appointed to you, it just means more than you sitting down like, hey, what my name gonna be?
Right.
You know, and when somebody call you something and then somebody else and it stick like that,
yeah,
that's who you are. Yeah.
For real.
So you from 93rd Troop, obviously Southside Chicago. The coming up in Chicago in the 90s around the hip hop rap scene with all the the crews and everything. What was it like being Kango? Like let's start out, because I know you have a big musical background. What was it like being Kango growing up? Getting into music, being around the gang banging. How were you able to it's almost like Nas, right?
Yeah.
How were you able to stay talented, stay focused on your music, but still were able to get through all of what you've been through?
Well, first off, with the staying focused on the music, man, I mean, you get something that's your calling, man, it's gonna find a way to get a hold to you. You know what I'm saying? And I know that may sound strange, but like a carpenter, if you want to be a carpenter, that sucker man, he's seeing shapes in his mind, no matter where he at. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird. But, however, with being KANGOO Kid, though, man, it was like, that's a testimony to me that really saved my life, because I was a hothead. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, man, I mean, this just throw back, kind of to throw you off the subject, but then to show you what it did with KANGOO. Man, I had a homeboy, man, same homeboy that gave me the name, actually. And his uncle came in town, and I was such a show-off at one point, you know what I'm saying, like, having gone through what I went through coming up. And man, there was a big old pile of snow, could have had anything in it. I just took my hat off and was like, I'm finna dive in the snow. And just dove in the snow. KANGOO made it so I didn't do shit like that, ever. Because I could have been like that every year of my life. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it's like being KANGOO. But however, music, man, I mean, the more I learned about music, it actually helped me with more articulation, how to speak. You get what I'm saying? Things like that. Like, it's pretty dope.
What was your first bit of music theory? Like, say, I know you were in the band, right? So
yeah, I was in the band.
What was
my real first music theory?
What was the first time you picked up an instrument? Yeah.
My cousin in Texas, he gave me a harmonica, and let me show you. He had the.
When was this?
I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
He wasn't even in Texas. My bad. He was in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And we went to Ada, Oklahoma. And he had the harmonica holster that he hangs from his shirt, you know what I'm saying? And playing guitar at the same time.
That's cool.
And he was jamming. And boom, moved the harmonica, started singing. And man, I was like, wait. I got to view how much he was what's that thing? The metrodome.
Yeah.
I got to see how much he was the rhythm section. I got to see how much he was holding melodies, and I got to see how much he was an instrument at the same time.
Right.
Man, that was my first dose of like what I went home and took that harmonica, man. I was going crowd trying to play Happy Birthday.
Right.
Hold You Dig.
Fucking some shit up.
Real, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. But after that, like, the real education began with Mr. Key. You know what I'm saying? At Percy Julian. You know what I'm saying? That was my freshman year. That was his freshman year, that too. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, 94 September. He came through, and man, I mean, first thing first, he saw the leadership in me, so he made me whirlwind lieutenant.
Wait, before you offend, don't mean to cut you off, but
Okay.
Let everyone know who Mr. Key is, though.
Okay. Band director Percy Julian.
Yeah.
At that time where I met him.
Yeah.
However, you met him before me. You know what I'm saying?
I just want you to set the tune, let everybody know.
Real Mr. Key, man, he got a lot of background in music, man. I watched this interview with him, man, and he said that Julian was the high school that made him want to do marching band. Yeah, it was amazing, dude. Like, so, anyway, but yeah, he been a music mentor to me since I was 14. I could call him up about anything.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the other day, man, I asked him for some senior analysts because I'm trying to show my age with what I'm doing, but we'll get into that. But like I say, spent that time with him, and he put me where I needed to be.
So this was around 14, like freshman year, right? So when you kid passed away before you went to high school.
Yeah, that was actually that was that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
all of it was impacted.
That's what I mean.
Time.
So you're 14 now. You got the name.
Yeah.
You starting to get into music with Mr. Key, which is really ain't that kind of funny, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
His name is Mr. Key.
I got the key.
You feel? You know.
For real.
So started music with Mr. Key in high school. but I'm not hearing rap just yet though. It's still music, which is good.
Right.
Tell me when it was like, man, I'm a rapper. When did you started rapping?
I was actually 12 doing that.
Wow, okay.
I hadn't, I was basically sticking to the theory of music. You asked when theory was.
Mm-hmm.
But when that rap core began, I was 12, and my best friend Harvell, he had a tape recorder, and I was used to tape recorders being the play button. I mean, not the tape recorders, but the headset being
right.
the play button, the rewind button, the fast forward, and the stop button. That was all the buttons. His had a fifth button.
What was
it
that?
Said record.
Oh.
I was like, no.
Oh.
I was like, what? How we? He was like, watch this.
Okay.
Man, so we turned some music on in the background behind us. Man, we were jamming.
Yeah.
And you can still hear them singing and everything.
You were 12?
Yeah, 12
Okay.
years old.
Okay.
And you can still hear him singing back then and everything. I think we had like some Mary J. Blige and P. Diddy or something. I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, it was just, we was jamming. And, man, after that, I was addicted. I was like, when you coming back over, bring that. Come here, bring that. Because now I hear myself coming through, on playback. It was different. That was my first opportunity to be played back like that. And man, I was really digging that, man. And I mean, especially where hip hop was making its turn right there at that point. Because in '92, you got what Pac was turning over the digital underground scene. Like, you couldn't view them for the same thing no more. Because now as I get around,
Right.
now it's this, that, and the third. It was a different game.
Right.
Real different game.
You're a producer as well. So
Yeah.
you make your own production, you make your own beats, and then you flow over them. You rap
Yeah.
over your beats. Well, so when did that actually happen though? I know at one point you were just rapping, and then when
Yeah.
did the producer? When did you started getting into these beats? You got a single right now out with a video called QPN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, QPN is dope. We're gonna get into the new singles, but I want to know what started this producing.
Man, the truth be told, I'll never forget it. I came over here with you,
Okay.
and I think this was after you broke your leg or whatever.
Yeah, that's
And,
crazy.
Yeah, you had a whole album that you was going back and forth from practice. We would be in the band room. You walk in and totally overlook all us when it goes straight back to the practice room. And you didn't even care that we was in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shoot, you walked past us like we wasn't even there. And I was like, what focus? Like I said, what devil got a hold of him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was different.
It was hip hop.
Yeah,
man.
And
Yeah.
anyway, I watched you go back there, and man, you was playing all them things, and you were rapping over them, and you showed that you could compose this, arrange this, spit over it, engineer your whole session, and I was like, I'm thinking about this all wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then came over your crib, and I'm thinking you got a billion different things. I think you had an echo machine, a reverb machine,
A tape deck
right, a tape deck, a microphone, and a Yamaha.
with a sock on it. A microphone with a sock on it.
And a Yamaha.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm thinking of this all the way wrong.
I don't really think artists are writing as much.
No, I don't think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where would you draw the line at? Do you think that's more style over substance, not writing and just going to the booth spin, or you think that's just pure hip hop?
I think that's actually 100% hip hop.
Okay.
And I'm gonna explain where I draw the line though.
Okay.
When you don't match the emotion of what you're saying. Like, it's like you just run on sentences. That's how it starts sounding, like run on sentences. It don't have no substance within itself, because it's just like how I'm speaking this right now. I changed my tone, my face changed, everything because of the emotion that backs this. This is where I draw the line. When you saying something and I don't feel it, like you saying to me that your mama just died, but you talking like you picking daisies up off the ground. That don't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, so to me, that person ain't lived that life, and that's hip hop. If you live that life, you hear what somebody say and you feel that shit, you feel it in there. You know it up here, but you feel it in there. And that's where they say real recognize real.
But that's the tale of the take right now.
Yeah.
You understand? Like
I do.
right now, we're we are at a crossroads
Yeah.
with generations,
Really?
and it's becoming really clear that the older generation is not feeling a lot of what the younger generation is saying, and vice versa. But I think the biggest problem though is that the older generation has forgot that at one point in time they were standing on the shoulders of the older generation as well.
Yeah.
They were younger generation.
Right.
So my point is even though we may not feel something, it's younger people right now who are in love with you, that are feeling them like we felt artists when we were younger. So my question is do you feel that way? Do you feel like the younger generation, the music that they're doing, do you really feel like it's not making sense? It's full of drug use. It's trash, and that the older generation has all the good things to say.
I can't say that because we was talking about weed mixed with angel dust. But, however, you know, it ain't like we was promoting that every song. Like, we didn't compete with the next person that was talking about weed laced with angel dust.
That's not true, though. I'm talking about the entire generation.
I get you. I'm just kind of...
We had songs in our generation, Sippin' Scissor. We had songs about Got Five on it. We all had songs.
I was speaking from my angle as a person that spit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, like I said, we were saying lines about weed mixed with angel dust. Yeah, all that stuff was there. And I really believe that those people really were doing those drugs. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I really think it's a sales pitch from everybody else. That's not answering your question. However, it is a lot being compromised by what people are saying. And I mean, what I'm saying right now, I've done so many rants on it talking about is dummy music. And I mean, not to say that they being dumb, but my cousin, I talked to him the other day and he was like, I do not want to hear nothing that makes sense right now. All I listen to is dummy music. And I was like, what?
What do you think is the biggest, though, difference between this generation and past generations of hip-hop? This generation of hip-hop, for some reason, I think, has the target on it because we have so many ways to put a target on something. We have cell phones. We got, everybody has a camera. Every media outlet now is waiting on the next person to have a viral video so that they can actually run it as the news. So what do you think is the biggest difference? Even though, like I say, things are the same, what is the biggest difference between this new generation of hip-hop and past generations?
Past generations, I believe, and I know this probably not going to be the exact answer, but past generations, I believe that the ones that knew they wasn't talented didn't even try to be talented. This generation, people just like, let me get on that mic. It's really bothering me. I hope I said that to the fullest, but last generation that actually cared, it probably stopped about the Laffy Taffy guys with that shake that Laffy Taffy. Like, that was the last generation of people that cared. Them guys came in and just started closing the door of camp. And bottom line, man, if I had a hand in hip hop, if Pac didn't die, if Biggie didn't die, these cats wouldn't exist. They probably would have came in so fast and been gone in a flash and a bang, but they would have never made it.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this as my at the STU question that I ask everybody, and I'm gonna ask them this question right here, and this is gonna be, hey everybody, right now, it's VCity World War 53. When you come to the STU, I'm gonna ask you this question because this question is everything right here. What does hip hop mean to you?
Wow.
Now that's gonna be the question for every artist come in here. What does hip hop mean to Kango?
Man, I did a song, you may remember, man. That was Who is Hip Hop? Where is hip hop? Why is hip hop? In tune with hip hop? Are you hip hop?
Yeah.
I am hip hop.
I remember that.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what that is, man. Hip hop, man, it's just like almost like knowing that you got elders and that you gonna be an elder one day. It's like you knowing the cycle of life and you watching all that's around you. I want hip hop to be as epic as Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it already is. And when it's all said and done, you can look at, I don't know, other religions and already put hip hop up there. Hip hop is really a way of life that moves people vehemently towards the next best thing. You know, and bottom line, like my grandma, she made sure I knew something about myself in my head. She took me to go visit family. If hip hop told people don't care about people no more, people will stop caring about people. If hip hop told people to care about people again, hip hop is a social experiment that has more control than any parenting style, than any religion, than anything that could have ever existed to mankind. Hip hop got you under a leash and you don't even know it. That's what hip hop is to me. And I feel like I probably, if I could use that tool, if y'all give me the chance to use that tool, hip hop, I will wake a lot of people back up to who they are, and they would understand and care more about who they are when it's said and done with me.
Now at the STU has to be about hip hop culture, bringing it to the hip hop industry.
Yeah.
But not trying to say that the new school don't know what they talking about and the old school know everything. Mm-hmm. It's more like a museum. Yeah. It's more like, hey, if you want to know how this thing got started and how the essence of this thing was possessing people like it was a ghost. If you want to know how the boom boom pat to this day is still got people addicted, then watch at the STU.
I want people to realize that today's hip hop is like the little green army man, but our hip hop, what we grew up in, that shit was like the big wall things that, you know, what's the shit the niggas put on their wall? Dude, this hip hop y'all have, if we was all in the museum, our hip hop would be the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Your hip hop would be the minis that you know, they fit thousands of inside this glass little mausoleum.
I want to get into the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot going on right now.
Real.
A lot on Spotify, a lot on, I mean, Apple Music. You got, I mean, KANGOO KIDDD, you type it in on Google, it's 3 Ds, KIDDD. I want to know about that QPN, though, the new video you just shot, too.
Okay, well, basically, man, I was, you know what I'm saying, just started the QPN in the video shoot. I was competing for a video shoot in this contest out in Tennessee, you know. And man, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been wanting to, I want to be entirely self-sufficient. I want to be able to do my own videos, make my own beats, do this and do that. However, man, it's kind of hard getting everything you need when you want to do all that. So I competed in this competition, knowing that I was on my way up here to the shop. And anyway, the competition got canceled because of some violence that supposedly happened at the club, not even on the day that we were supposed to have been up there. So I had already had $50 invested with them to compete. So I just paid them the rest of the money for the video. And I was trying to figure out what we was going to pick. And I tried to remember every conversation me and you had about what we were going to shoot up here.
Yeah.
And I don't recall ever talking about QPN. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, and then I also felt it didn't have to have a home vibe. Like the song that I told you I want to shoot. Yeah. That has to have a home vibe. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, especially me saying I'm out of Brainerd Park, I'm out of this, I'm out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? When it boiled down to it, man, so I hooked up with Johnny, man, and I mean, he was a real good guy about it. You know what I'm saying? We got out there and we did our thing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm kind of like Michael Jackson when it boiled down to it. Definitely, every time you hear a song, it's probably 3 or 4 more songs that's already been made.
That's for real, people.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can vouch for that. Straight up.
if I decide for a single, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I mean, you know, we try and put a drive into it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what I have coming, you know what I'm saying? There's actually no leftovers of the other music. I still have that other music just waiting. I'm getting ready to drop an EP. I got the date already selected as May 22nd, but I still got to do some work. I can move that further down if I have to.
Okay.
But it's called Sophisticated. You know, and basically I want to show my age. I'm a rapper and that was a whole nother project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am a rapper and I'm 38. I got 4 kids, I got a wife, and that ain't nothing I should ever be ashamed of. I've been going to the club lately to perform, and I hadn't been wearing my ring, you know, based on some advice somebody gave me, you know. And it was like, you know, I ran it by my wife first, you know what I'm saying? She was like, okay, I can see why she should say that, you know. And man, that wasn't even what none of the competitions were about. So now it's like, I was in the QPN video, like, bling, you know, like, look, I want you to know, like, this is me. My family come before all this. Is the reason for all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now, like I say, sticking to the sophisticated, you know, you raising children, make it make sense. That's all I can say. I shouldn't be out here trying to do what the rest of these young cats doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even belong in this generation. And actually, it's helping me figure things out from another angle because there's a lot of other perspective in this. But what I'm saying is I don't belong doing what everybody else doing. I'll say that for my kids, which they gonna be coming soon too. That's gonna be dope.
What instruments do you play actually? I know you play about three different types of sax.
I can play all the saxes.
Right.
I can play clarinet. I can finger a flute, but I can't blow into that sucker.
Man, hold on, now that was.
Yeah,
that
was all over the place. But
yeah.
I know the flute fingering, but that's a side.
This ain't a family show, but this ain't an expert.
A sex pose, But anyway,
yeah.
But it still was all from the same perspective. I can finger the flute, but I can't blow one. Like, but anyway, I play all the saxophones. I can play oboe, double bassoon, trumpet, French horn, trombone. I know the slide positions, but if the big mouthpieces hurt, I can't do that because I play with that. Never mind. Yeah. My armature is very tight when I play instruments. So if it goes to something that gotta be loose lips, I'm not on that. And that's my life anyway.
Reeded instruments are nice for me. I like reeded instruments too.
You gotta have a tight armature when you play that.
Straight up.
Yeah, but bottom line, I play a lot of instruments, so I'm not weirded out by. I could even fool around with a guitar a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, keyboard, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my next thing is getting into acoustics.
Acoustics?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bass guitar. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing.
That's what's up, man. All right, closing out, Kango. You know, let us know how we can reach you, man. Online, your social media.
You can find me on Instagram at JC, aka Kangoo Kid. You can find me on YouTube by typing in Kangoo Kid.
KANGOO.
Yeah.
KIDD.
2 O's, 3 E's.
And that's everywhere, man. Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, everywhere. Pick up Kangoo Kid music, man. It's crazy. I'm telling you. You hearing it in the background right now.
Yeah. I got songs that's gonna wake you up.
Yeah,
it's
stay woke.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Alright, so this at the STU, episode 7.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna do these, we're gonna have to start doing these every day.
Really?
I'm gonna have to, you know, pull out these records, start making beats in front of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. So
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. So we at the STU, man. It's episode 7. We closing out with Kangoo Kid from Chicago to Texas to Tennessee.
Yeah. I appreciate you having me, fam.
It's AOC, man. Hey,
all day.
And this, one time though, I don't even know they gonna be able to see me over here. We gotta do this for just the B-roll.
B-roll. Oh, they ain't got no clue. No clue.
Y'all don't know what that's about.
100. Wake up.
AOC for life. We out of here.